Jodi says that there is an art to Ubering. That is, if you've never used Uber before, instead of a taxi or something like that, I think it's a pretty cool alternative. I love it, but Jodi says that she experienced something in an Uber car this weekend that she'd never experienced before.
Something I didn't know you could do at Uber, and I guess it really depends on the driver. So I had this driver bringing me home. I had hosted an event and had a couple of glasses of wine at the event, and so I decided to Uber home.
Yeah. Smart.
Yes, and Murphy didn't want to pick me up anyway. No, I'm kidding.
It was 11. It was really funny. She called. It was like 11:30, and the girls were actually still up with me on the couch. And I'm like, hey, girls, you want to go pick them up? It's like, no, that's okay. Why don't you Uber?
Yeah, that's fine. So I Ubered home. But at this event, I was so busy that I didn't really get to eat. And I was hungry. And it's 11-something. And so I'm doing my normal thing. I talk to the Uber driver. I sit in the front. How long have you been doing this? What do you like about it? Yada, yada. And I just thought, let me just ask. She's being so nice. Let me just ask. I said, so are you allowed to stop if I need food? And she's like, well, I can. And
it's time to make a run for the border.
She said that she was happy to, as long as it was something quick. So isn't that sweet that we drove through and I got some chicken tenders.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a driver's call, I bet. And
right.
I hope you tipped extra for that.
I offered to buy her something to eat, and she said no, thank you.
And then you didn't tip her.
You're not supposed to tip.
I'm just wondering. It just seems to me if they do something extra.
How about
this?
I gave her a great review. Does that help?
Thanks, lady.
Guess what else?
That and 25 cents will get you a cup of coffee.
Guess what else I learned about Uber drivers?
What?
We had talked about different areas that she works, and I'm like, do you work this area, the party area where all the party kids are? Because they're busy on the weekends. She goes, yeah, you always have work there. She says, but sometimes they can get kind of rowdy.
Yeah.
And I said, so has anybody ever gotten in and gotten sick? And she said, yes. And she said, just know that if you get into my car and you get sick, it's an extra $100 or extra $200 fine.
Really?
Because she ends up having to clean it up.
Right.
When you get out, she has to clean it up, and then she can't drive anybody else for 24 hours at least.
Holy smokes! I didn't think about that.
So know that if you have too many, sure, Ubering is or whatever, taxi is the best idea, but hold on to yourself.